Hey guys, it's me Evie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel if you're new. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing something new. So I'm watching a scary animation. I have seen some people do this, so credits to them. But I am very scared. So if you get scared easily, just get a blanket or something to cover yourself with, like cover your eyes with when you get when it gets to the scary parts. So that's really all I have to say. Oh wait, go follow my TikTok and my Instagram before we start. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, scary Uber horror story.
21-year-old Samantha Josephson grew up in Robbinsville, New Jersey as the daughter of Seymour and Marcy Josephson.
This is a real story.
While majoring in political science at the University of South Carolina, Samantha studied abroad in Barcelona and planned on attending the Drexel University School of Law after her 2019 graduation. Samantha was a girl who showed boundless potential, who was potentially looking at a partial scholarship to Rutgers, but all her dreams would be snuffed.
It's good. She likes school. She wants to work hard. It's very good. Working hard. It's good.
After making just one fatal mistake.
Uber.
On the evening of March 28, 2019, Samantha went out drinking with...
That was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, 2019.
friends at the Bird Dog Bar in downtown Columbia. At around 2 a.m., they did...
2 a.m.? I mean, it makes sense, because if you haven't fun, usually, time slips away.
Decided to call it a night, and like so many of us have done before, Samantha pulled out her phone and ordered an Uber.
I mean, you're not going to walk home at 2 a.m., so it makes sense, because who's going to walk home at 2 a.m. when you're, drunk? No one's going to do that.
Just 9 minutes later, surveillance footage from the Bird Dog shows a black Chevrolet Impala pulling up outside. Samantha steps outside, enters the vehicle, and greets her driver. The man at the wheel was named Nathaniel Rowland.
Nathaniel.
And although he didn't say anything as Samantha climbed into his car, he hadn't actually been expecting a passenger. You see, the car that Samantha had climbed into wasn't her Uber.
Wasn't her Uber. That's why you make sure that it is your Uber before you feeling buckle up, get in, you're ask excuse me, oh, you my Uber or something. I don't know, you just don't get in a car without asking if you're actually meant to go into the car. Because what if they don't say anything and then they just drive, broom, broom, broom? Well, I'm guessing what happens here, so,
It was just a similar looking vehicle she'd drunkenly mistaken for her ride. You'd expect Roland to ultimately tell her to get out of the car, but he didn't. He simply engaged the locks, trapping Samantha inside, then drove off. It's not clear whether or not Samantha realized her mistake before Roland stopped the vehicle, but at some point, Roland parked up his Impala, pulled out a knife, and inflicted a sustained and savage attack upon the terrified Samantha. Using a bizarre-looking two-bladed knife, Roland proceeded to stab Samantha 120 times.
120 times? That is a lot! What? Why would you do that? What is the need to do that? Oh, no! You don't do that! No!
She attempted to shield herself, but she was trapped, and Roland was armed, as well as several...
Look at his face! His eyes are red! Oh, no, that's weird!
Horrific defensive wounds, Roland also stabbed Josephson in the head with so much force that the knife went through her skull to her brain. But the killer blow seems to have come when he stabbed her in the carotid, one of two main arteries that carries blood to the brain. Samantha also sustained wounds to her face, neck, shoulder, torso, back, lung, leg, and feet, bleeding out within just 10 to 15 minutes.
Why?
Roland then dumped Samantha's body in the New Zion field, where she was discovered by a handful of local turkey hunters. The following morning, Samantha's roommates became deeply concerned when they found she hadn't returned home. Police...
My face is really weird, I'm so sorry, but why? Why would you just do that? They didn't do anything to you. And you shouldn't do it even if they did something to you. No, you don't do that. That's not... No! Just
rushed
no!
into action, easily tracing her last known whereabouts to the Bird Dog Bar and to Nathaniel Rowland's black Chevy Impala. Officers later happened across Rowland while he was out driving, and after a traffic stop was attempted, Rowland jumped out of the stationary vehicle and began to flee. Inside his car, police officers found a container of liquid bleach, germicidal wipes, and a bottle of window cleaner.
Clean his car because of all the blood. I'm sorry, my hair is really annoying me right now. I just need to fix it real quick. Don't mind me. It's really annoying. Okay, that's better.
But perhaps the most incriminating piece of evidence was Samantha's phone, which Rowland had foolishly chosen to keep. He was arrested, questioned, and tissue samples were taken.
Why would you...
Disturbingly, the tissues under Rowland's nails tested positive for Samantha's DNA, meaning whatever he was doing after he'd killed her, it had been rigorous enough for particles of her skin to become embedded under his nails. Rowland was soon charged with Samantha's kidnap and murder, and it became apparent that Samantha wasn't his first kidnapping victim.
He's done it before! No.
He had apparently carjacked a woman at a stoplight in October of 2018 and was extremely violent in the commission of the crime.
His face is
beating
creepy.
her and threatening her before they drove to an ATM to almost empty her bank account. In July of 2021, Rowland was found guilty of kidnapping and murdering, with a judge sentencing him to life in prison. The same judge, a veteran of the legal circuit, said the murder was perhaps the most heartless and severe he'd ever seen, denying Rowland's request for leniency. It's also easy to see why. Rowland displayed some horrifying predatory behavior. When a stranger accidentally climbs into their car, most correct-thinking people simply laugh it off, perhaps getting a little prickly if they're in a bad mood. But Rowland found a stranger climbing into his back seat, and his first thoughts were nothing short of bloodthirst.
Oh, look at his face! Look at his face! Look at that! No. That's minging.
Samantha Josephson made an honest and simple mistake, and Nathaniel Rowland made her pay with her life.
Well, that's the end of that horror story. That is... Why would you do that? I don't understand. You just ask her to get out of the car, not beat her with a knife to death. Like, no. So comment down your thoughts on this story. Anyways, guys, that's all we have time for today, but I really hope that you all like this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, comment down below if you want some more of these animation story reacting vids. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!